It's a big part of it. When we look at the entire big picture of it, obviously some weeks will have better matchups or different matchups, I should say, than other weeks. But the biggest part of you got to be a complete back in this offense. You got to be able to run the ball. Obviously, when you get a chance, you got to be able to play without the ball, and that includes pass protection. So that goes into it, without saying, just being able to do all facets of the game. We want guys that are all-purpose backs that we don't have to take off the field on third down for whatever the reason, whether we have to throw the ball or a ball in hand or whether we have to protect. But we want to make sure we develop in the complete back. During practice or, even in the film room, one thing we're always talking about, one thing we're always looking at is how those guys go about taking care of business from a pass pro perspective and all the other little things that they have to do.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Those were some comments from Jerry Mack, running back coach who met with the media yesterday after practice. Talked a lot about his rotation. He talked about Jabari Small, the weight that he's put on. Look, the running back room has been a hot topic all throughout fall camp, starting with the season-ending injury to Lenith Whitehead. Then you add Lynn J. Dixon into the running back room. A lot of talk about Jabari Small, whether or not he can stay healthy throughout this season. We're going to get into Coach Mack's comments and kind of break down this running back room here in just a second. But as always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you are new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. For the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live tonight. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Going live with VolQuest's Eric Kane. Going to talk about fall camp practice, expectations, all kinds of fun stuff for about 20 minutes or so. Then Eric's going to jump off, and we're going to open it up to a fan call-in show. So all the members of the channel will have an opportunity to come on, chat a little Vol football. Should be a good time. Again, 7 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. Hope to see you in the chat. Let's talk about these comments from Jerry Mack. And when you talk about the running back room, it all starts with Jabari Small. And Jerry Mack had a lot of praise for Jabari Small, talked about the work that he put in during the offseason. We've all heard about the weight that he's gained. Last year, Jerry Mack said that Jabari Small weighed out at 199 pounds. He says this year throughout camp, he's weighing in anywhere between 212, 215. So he's put on that good, solid weight. And he talks about that being a positive for multiple reasons. Number one, he says he's running through arm tackles. He's breaking more tackles now with that added weight. Also, they're saying physically that they think he's going to be able to finish games, finish this season. He talks about no reason why Jabari Small is not capable of carrying the rock 20 to 25 times a game. Now, that is a lot, especially when you get into SEC conference play. The running back position, that's a guy that's going to get beat up, banged up. That's why the injury to Lenith Whitehead was so crucial. And you're talking about Jalen Wright, a guy that's been nicked up. And Jerry Mack confirmed that Jalen Wright will be ready when we get to week 1, but then you got to ask yourself, where is he at physically when he's not been full go throughout fall camp? He's not had that contact. Is he going to be ready to go week 1? I think you're going to have Jabari Small out there, and I think you're going to have the two freshmen, Justin Williams-Thomas and also Dylan Sampson out there as number 2 and number 3. Lynn J. Dixon, how fast can he come up to speed? He was out of practice yesterday as well. Said he should be back on the practice field today, so we'll see how that plays out. But can he get up to speed? Can he grasp the playbook? Can he understand what Tennessee wants to do? Obviously, he's got the physical tools. He's got the athletic ability. He's competed. Jerry Mack talked about it. He said Lynn J. Dixon has competed at a high level and done it successfully. So they know what they've got there, but can he grasp the playbook and understand what they want to do? I think Lynn J. Dixon might be a guy that we start to see come along the later you get into the year. But again, going back to Jabari Small, just talked about his ability to finish games. Said, last year ended up with 140 carries, 792 yards, 9 touchdowns, but he averaged almost 6 yards a carry. Jerry Mack said there is no reason why Jabari Small is not a 1,000-yard rusher in this offense. But again, the question that we always ask is, can he stay healthy? Had a lot of praise for his freshman running backs. Talking about Justin Williams-Thomas, talking about Dylan Sampson, their athleticism. Talked about Justin Williams-Thomas flashing a little bit during scrimmage number 2. We saw some plays from Dylan Sampson When asked about him, Jerry Mack said he's done a great job, kind of a fan favorite right now in the building with his attitude, personality, which we knew when we recruited him. Said every day he comes out there and it seems like he does something really good with the ball in his hands, like an explosive play. Talked about him being a guy that was going to have those sexy runs, those long, explosive runs, and that's what he's held true to form. He's that guy that every day in practice he's been coming out here and he finds a way to get through the small creases. I'm becoming more and more excited about Dylan Sampson. And, Coach Mack says it right there. He's becoming a fan favorite. Everybody buying into what Dylan Sampson brings to this offense. But he also talked about pass protection. That's something that, we continue to hear about. Pass protection. Can the freshman get it? He talked about Justin Williams-Thomas starting to understand where his eyes need to be. Now it's more about the fundamentals and the technique of pass protection. So we'll see how fast those freshmen can come along. Something else he talked about was his running back rotation, what he wants to do, what his plan is going into each game. And he says, going in, you got your ones, your twos, your threes, your fours. He said, but the bottom line is he wants to roll with whoever has the hot hand, and that's what he plans to do. But, even when you hear that, when you talk about rotation, guys getting reps, there's still, it goes back to the beginning, there's no doubt this is Jabari Small's running back room. He is the leader. He is the alpha. He is number one. But Jabari Small's just got to stay healthy, and that's where the concern comes in. It's the same with the offensive line. You're returning 4 out of 5 starters on the offensive line. That's a positive. That's encouraging. I like what I'm hearing about J.J. Crawford and Gerald Mincey competing, battling for that left tackle spot. But when you return 4 out of 5 starters, you got to feel pretty good about that offensive line if they take a step, if you can truly develop talent. But then it gets a little sketchy when you start getting into the 2s and the 3s because we know, guys are going to get beat up. It happens. It's college football. It's physical. It's violent. And it's the same with the running back position. If you're planning to run Jabari Small 20 to 25 times a game, he's going to get beat up. Do we have enough depth in that running back room? But I like, again, Jerry Mack talking about going with the hot hand. He says we never really know. The biggest thing is we're always trying to do a great job making sure we monitor those guys during the course of the game. He says if a guy gets a hot hand, obviously we potentially want to stay with him. If a guy is going into a lull, we want to make sure we're getting the rotation, so I never go into a game saying, hey, this guy's going to play 15, 20 snaps, whatever it may be. I love that. I love a coach that's willing to change and go with the flow and the feel of the game. There's so much of a feel. We talk about it, especially in baseball, with pitchers. And you're trying to just have a feel for the game, that moment, in-the-moment decisions. Thought something else interesting they talked about. He was asked about the need for a third down back. And short yardage situations, 3rd and 1. Who do you go with? And this is comical that this has never come up in all of our discussions on this channel. All the times we talk about needing a short yardage back, a bigger physical back, right? This fan base was obsessed with D. Beckwith. That's what we need is a big physical back to pick up that 3rd and 1. Jerry Mack just brings up a very obvious point that none of us really talk about. If it's 3rd and 1, this offense isn't huddling up. They're not huddling up and looking to the sideline, making a substitution, getting the big physical back out there and walking up to the line of scrimmage, calling a halfback dive on 3rd and 1. They're going quick. They're going in a hurry. They're not substituting. So you're not going with a short yardage back. You're not going with a bigger physical back. You're going with whoever is in the football game when that 3rd and 1 comes up. Up-tempo completely changes the game. We've never really talked about that. We're always just looking for that short yardage back. We never bring up the fact that that short yardage back is whoever's in the ball game because you're going quick. You're running, almost 3 plays a minute? Is that what it was? I can't remember the exact amount, but it was a lot. They go quick. We know that. We've seen it. And it's going to be even faster this year. Returning 8 offensive starters, returning your quarterback and your center. This offense ran way faster when Cooper Mays was in the game. They're going to go quick. So it's not necessarily about a short yardage back. It's about Jabari Small being bigger, more physical. Hitting the hole fast. And he talks about that too. Hitting the hole fast, hard. Not necessarily the size. The size is great. But that was an interesting point brought up by Jerry Mack. Hit the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this running back room? You think Jabari Small can stay healthy? Are the freshmen going to be able to get up to speed? Lynn J. Dixon, too. Is he going to be able to get up to speed? Shalen Wright going to be healthy enough? What's the physical contact going to look like week 1? Hit the comment section. Give me your thoughts. As always, make sure you smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the merch. You can go to bonfire.com/store/talkinballs. Any and all support greatly appreciated. Also, don't forget tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, VAWLS Eric Kane going to be on the show hanging out with us. and then open it up to a fan call-in show. Always a good time. Hope to see you guys in the chat. Again, that is at 7 p.m. Eastern time. But that's going to do it for this one. Again, bonfire.com/store/talkingballs. The link to that is in the description. The link to become a member of the channel is in the description, or you can hit that join button down below. Also, the link to support us through Spire Sports Group. You want to get in the NIL game, that link is down below as well. But that's going to do it. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.